This may come as a surprise to many of you, considering my Bloodlance shenanigans in the past and the fact that I recently made a guide for the build. And to be fair, it was my intention to push with Bloodlance this season. Out of all the nerfs in the big patch, Bloodlance actually came out ahead, and it really is strong. Playing Bloodlance while leveling and in the early endgame has been a breeze. Despite that, I hit a wall at around level 50. Not in the sense of progression, but in motivation. I'm the type of player who always needs to be innovating and working on something. Bloodlance is in such a great spot, and I've already spent so much time playing it that there isn't really anything left for me to discover. And while I understand why they did it, the new Gore Quills aspect and the new version of the Hungry Blood aspect function very safely. There's not much wiggle room for creativity. Plus, the idea of gearing up again and pushing nightmares with it when I've just done that on the Eternal Realm really sapped my energy. The new hearts weren't enough of a trade-off for the steep cost of starting again. To be honest with you, I was so close to calling it quits on this season. While I've really enjoyed playing Diablo 4, I'm just not the type of player who thrives on endless grinding. That may seem a little ironic considering it's an ARPG, but that's just the way it is for me. Pushing the hardest dungeons and bosses that I can, theory crafting builds and interactions, sure, I love it. Grinding easy dungeons to level up as fast as possible, and doing side quests that I've already done before, no thank you. Getting my renown done the first time was brutal, and to have to do it again is torture. The entire time I leveled up this season, I was doing separate dungeons, dungeon side quests, and even doing these separately in a group to progress the renown as much as possible before reaching endgame. Despite doing this, by level 50, I only had 2 zones completed with another 3 that have no progress beyond the shrines. On top of that, my stash of gear, aspects, and uniques are all gone and need to be found again. What I'm getting at is that unless there's something for me to innovate and work towards, everything else becomes too tedious for me to do. For me, the accumulated uniques, aspects, etc. were all ammunition for theory crafting builds and testing interactions. So having to start fresh greatly limits my options. This meant I had to swap from Bloodlance to a Bone Spirit and Darkness hybrid build I'd been working on. Not because it might be better or worse, the Bloodlance build is great. It just needed to be new for me to work toward. On the Eternal Realm, despite playing only my Necro, I never found a single Ring of Mandelin or a Black River. So the idea of never finding a Blood Artisan's Cuirass for this build was fresh on my mind for this season. In what I had deemed to be my last dungeon before taking a break until Season 2, it just so happened to drop. The timing was a bit spooky, and while it rolled terribly, I'll take it. For the foreseeable future, I'll be working on this build and any other variations I may come across. I may even try a Bloodlance build with this unique, but it's going to need many more Paragon points to flesh it out. This might not be the news you were hoping for, as I know many of you were looking forward to more Bloodlance content and guides. So I thought I would share my perspective for why that won't be happening, or at least won't be happening soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.